Do you like Deshaun Watson?
Hell yeah. I have probably had 500 massages in my life. And I've had to tell them, look here, I'm going to tip you good. I don't need a happy end. Somebody knew that he had a bunch of money and they started this bullshit. And they do it all the time with people now.
Yeah, just women knew what it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The Browns would not have taken him. Jimmy Haslam is not a dumb person.
All right, guys. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to episode 6 of The Cut. As always, I'm your host, Tom Roth. I got my co-host, Anthony Oquendo, here. Say what's up, man.
What's up?
And tonight, we have a man I'm just meeting. Very excited to talk to him. I've heard a lot about his establishment in Ashtabula. I can't wait to go visit it. I've never been, but that's going to change now.
No,
we got Mr. Tim Moore in the building. Tim, say hi to everyone.
Hello.
So, hey, welcome in, man. How you been?
Good. No complaints. Just dealing with the Ashtabula weather as usual.
Yeah, you brought the rain with you, dude.
Huh?
You brought the rain with you.
No, I didn't bring the rain with me. You know, the rain is good though. I mean, we're in August, so you know, like a lot of people go to the lake, you know, in the summertime, and so when it's raining, we get more business at this point, which is good. You know, the lake has done a fabulous job, and they've had a great summer.
It really have.
Yeah.
I'll say just Ashtabula in general.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, now that like COVID restrictions are kind of like loosening up, you know, people are more apt to go outside and go out and socialize again. You know, I mean, we're seeing all sorts of stuff coming back to not just Ashtabula City, but Ashtabula County as a whole. I mean, Thunder on the Strip's back on this year. As I understand, it was canceled last year. You know, the Hells Angels had their bike rally down in Geneva on the Lake, which I heard was a smashing success.
There were a lot of complaints. People were bitching.
There are a lot of people are going to bitch about everything, man. People love to bitch.
Look, I don't understand why you live on Geneva on the Lake, knowing that is a touristy place.
You know what? Let them bitch all they want to. Geneva on the Lake is a staple here.
It is.
You know, and you know, when you go out there to party and it's a good time, bring a lot of money into the county. A lot of guys do great business out there. You have some people who've committed themselves and to make Geneva on the Lake pretty successful, and they've done it. So, you know, you're gonna have the naysayers and complainers no matter what. But Geneva on the Lake is basically the oldest tourist destination in the state of Ohio, and they're putting it on out there, man. It's going.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just watching it.
Yeah. And the clientele
more over the last couple of years.
It's gotten crazy with the clientele too. I mean, Bart touched on it 2 weeks ago, man. It's not how the perceived notion was like 10 years ago. You know, I mean, now you know, Ray Lewis was up there. You know, Warren Sapp, and former NFL Hall of Famers were up there partying and hanging out, man. I mean, it's really undergone like a revitalization project, and it can be attributed to guys like, you know, Matt Caudill, Dave McGrath, you know, Dwayne, the mayor down there. I mean, he turned East End into, I mean, that place is crazy now.
Yeah, East End is nice.
East End is nice. Real modern.
Yeah.
That's where I went for my 21st birthday. It wasn't called East End at the time.
It wasn't look called like East that End. Either, did
it didn't. And there was this lady. She was kind of rough looking, but low key. When I was drunk, I was like, "Damn." She kept feeding me pistachio peanut butter, or not peanut butter, fucking pudding shots, and I mean that got me fucked up. But low key, she looked pretty good after like 5 of them. I mean, I'll tell you what. But
so Tim, let me ask you a question, especially because he touched on COVID. Dude, how was that with Nave in the club with COVID? Like,
scary.
Did they fuck with you at all? Anybody?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't get hit as bad as like PJ did out at Yankees, but yeah, they came in there, you know, and basically gave us a ticket, even though we thought we worked real hard to do everything that was required, you know, on every wall, and we still do have it. We have hand sanitizer on you know, all the walls leading in and out. Wherever you go, there's hand sanitizers on the bar. We had the stickers on the floor, and they told us that we needed to have separators up all along the bar. Now, even though you would go places that didn't have it, when they tell you you need to have it, then you have to put it
Absolutely.
up. So
Listen, I remember going out to the old Lake Effects. What was it?
Bruce Streaks.
Bruce
Yeah.
Streaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went out there during like I think probably like towards the end of 2020.
yeah,
They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But they got hit hard from what I heard too.
I don't know how hard they got hit. I mean, even like with us, they came in and we talked to them, and they said, well, it was a crowd of people right here. And I understand everybody has to do their jobs, but it was more or less like we were getting a ticket. And you're going to get a ticket no matter what you say or do. And even though we had a lot of things on protocol, we had a huge sign when you first walked in the door. Our screens that show events also had, what to do, stay 6 feet away, etc. And the state guidelines. But it was very hard. Like I can't keep running to a customer saying, "Move back away from him."
Make sure your mask is
Yeah, I mean it's virtually impossible. So like we controlled what we could, and a lot was uncontrollable. I'm glad that it's over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I
They
still
didn't
don't.
even give you like a chance to get in compliance.
Well, I
before
mean,
they hit you with the ticket.
They came in and we did get a ticket. I don't think that it was around the end of COVID. I don't think it was a very bad ticket that we received. They never gave us a court date, so so we never got a call or a letter about a court date. So we just, and there's a few places
No news,
like
good
that.
news.
Yeah. So, but who came in? They were nice. They weren't obnoxious or,
They're doing their job.
Yeah, it was more or less, hey,
That's facts.
we got to do this job, and this is, and so you roll with the punches. When you have to deal with the state, you have to be compliant on things, and so.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Coming from the military.
Yeah.
Just dumb shit.
Yeah.
You got to be in compliance with that. It doesn't
Yep.
even make any sense.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, anyway.
So.
It was crazy, man. COVID was a hell of a time.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think in a way it was good for people because they kind of learned the fragility of not just life, but like your personal life, but maybe your business life, maybe like your professional life. You know what I mean? All that shit can just be wiped just from one person coming in there and pretty much judging, what you're doing based on, are you following compliance, that kind of thing. Like you said, I mean, you got a ticket, you didn't get a court date, which is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice that you didn't, but there's people like.
Well, I'm gonna knock on wood.
Knock on wood, man.
Yeah.
But
I would hate to go check our mailbox and say, hey, you still got this COVID ticket, remember?
We saw you on the cut. We didn't send you a letter.
but like some people did. I mean, like it really fucked them up,
Yeah,
man. Like not just business wise, like being able to open the business, but then like legal fees and shit like that. Like financially, it's some shit you can't recover from.
Well, COVID was real cruel to the bar and restaurant business.
Absolutely.
It was. We took a big hit, like a big hit. A lot of places were set up for carry out, etc. So we weren't. We
Were you guys serving food at that time still, or
no? We all the way shut it down.
Speaking of which, where's the wings at, man?
Talk about that, man.
We did have one of our bartenders who worked at the time. They had gotten real sick with COVID, and we were pretty scared that they weren't going to make it. So we knew how sick people could get. A couple of our reps got real sick. I got sick at the end of COVID. And
did it hit you hard?
I mean, I was sick. I still don't have my smell back, and there might be some lasting, physical effects from it, which I'm just finding out.
Such as like what?
I'm having problems right now. I'm having kidney problems, and they say that it might have came from having COVID.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, but
that's a weird disease, man.
They just found it because something else was wrong, and they said something is elevated in your system. I'm like, well,
I feel like COVID didn't affect anybody the same. Like no two people were affected the same. COVID. Like I know people who like got over it like that, who felt fine, who I know some people who didn't have any symptoms.
Yeah.
Like me, I felt like achy, like kind of like had a little pressure headache, like a sinus cold. My smell, everything smells almost identical. Like
Yeah.
nothing, some shit don't even taste the same. Like Pepsi, I can't drink Pepsi. It tastes disgusting. Some lettuce, like if I go to Taco Bell's lettuce tastes like soap. But if I get like
I thought you were gonna say metal.
it kind of does. Yeah. Some shit does taste like metal. Yeah, like Pepsi has like a metallic taste to it.
I was in Vegas and in March. I was at the bar and restaurant convention.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you're going.
And so like I went there and just at the convention and doing stuff. And then I happened to go to a restaurant one morning and I walked in and it was like my smell was back. And I'm like, oh my God, I smell all the food, I smell the drinks, I smell everything. And I was like, yes, and I ate, and before I knew it, I just said, my smell is gone again. Yeah. I'm like, it's gone again. And so my smell was gone.
That sucks.
It's crazy that you say, like, COVID didn't affect everyone the same way because, like, I've noticed, I've been taking a big inventory of myself recently, right? Like, just like, thank God I'm healthy. Thank God, I can provide still for my wife and my son, and I can get up every morning. But I've noticed I had my anxiety really under control before I got COVID. Like, it was, like, my anxiety was in check, man. Like, I wasn't having panic attacks, nothing. And after I got over COVID, I noticed my anxiety, ever since January, my anxiety's been through the fucking roof. And there's nothing to be anxious about, man. You know what I mean? Like, you got to tell yourself that every day, right? Like, hey, it's cool, it's fine. You know what I mean? And you get over it. But I actually went on an internet message board, like, for people who deal with anxiety, and they say, like, if you got COVID and you had anxiety, it's coming back. It's crazy, and they're linking it to something. The way that it affects your brain, it hits something and makes your anxiety come back, like your receptors or something. I don't really understand what, but it's crazy you mentioned it doesn't affect everyone the same way.
Yeah.
Because like I got a buddy who has really bad anxiety, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then all these other people on this message board are like, yeah, dude, I got COVID, anxious as fuck again. It's crazy. It's great. It's really wild how this disease really.
Listen, I haven't smelled a fart since October.
Good, because I just let one go. I'm kidding.
I can't smell either.
I'm not kidding. Before we get too much deeper into anything, I feel like we need to go into our segment that we introduced last week, because I'm thirsty.
Sure,
beer of the week.
Beer of the week.
Beer of the week.
That's you, Tom.
This is all me.
I don't know what you got going on there, but you let us know.
So this is the beer of the week. I got it in a mini growler here from the Men of Brew Company, my new friends at the Men of Brew Company. And next week you'll find out why they're my new friends when we have our guest Ryan Sposito on. But this is the Summer Kick Ale, and it's like it's a summery ale. I had one of them yesterday. It was pretty good. So I'm gonna pour up now, and then you guys enjoy with me.
You want one, Tim?
Don't drink.
I didn't think so. You got your water.
Yes.
I got a beer here I've already been sipping on, but I will try that. Don't blame me, Tom.
I blame you for shit. So, Tim, so talk to us. So I don't know. I'm just meeting you for the first time tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, by the way. How did Nave start?
By accident.
Go into it, my man.
Well, no, it was like, I didn't wake up in the morning and say, like I want a bar, nightclub. It was just an opportunity. A gentleman who I had known, basically, I went past the bar one day and it was closed down, and he said, I'm selling it, and I was looking for something else to do. I had just
something else to do with all the other things you got going.
Well, at that point, I was looking for something to do. I was doing what they call trials on the internet, and that's something totally different. I was doing trials on the internet, and it was kind of winding down. They had changed some rules on the internet with advertising.
Wasn't it like some like cosmetics
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, with nutraceuticals.
Okay.
So they were changing it, and the way that we advertised, which highly affected us, and basically more or less kind of put us out of business. We had been pretty successful with it, so I said, I was looking for something to do. Either I thought about getting some dump trucks and several more things, and then he said, I'm selling this bar, and I thought about it. So, and I talked to my significant other, and like, I'm doing this, and I went in there and looked around. And we always went to go see bands. That was our thing. Go see a local band, and that's probably the only time I went out to nightclubs or to bars was to see bands. I love to see bands. And so the thought of doing it was to bring bands in, and bands that I like. I think I have pretty good taste, and it was to bring bands in and just.
Not
more
only
or
do you
less
have
a
good
good
taste,
time.
I've heard you on the karaoke machine.
You throw it down.
I saw you on Facebook one time. You had the wig on.
Oh
somebody
man, I
went
was
live.
Rick James.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped their wig. I put it on and started doing
You were
Rick
doing
James.
Rick James?
Yeah.
What song?
Probably Super Freak.
It was super free.
It was.
Yep.
So I mean, so we built a stage, and it was a little stage. We built a huge stage in there. Honestly, it's the best space to have a band at in the city. Geneva on the Lake, they have what they have in the city of Asheville. It's a good place. I mean, we've had some great bands there. We haven't really started back up live entertainment since COVID, which we plan on doing it this winter and winter and spring, fall, winter and spring. We have plans on having a lot of different entertainment coming in, and some that we had before coming back, like Carlos Jones and the Plus Band, the Prince Project.
Old school coming back?
Maybe Old School. We haven't contracted with them yet.
I like old school.
Tell
They
me
play
about
some
the
good
Prince
music.
Project. Is that a tribute band to Prince?
Yes, and they're very good.
I have to come see it then.
They've been a lot of places. We had them 3 times. One time we had them on a Friday and Saturday night, and then the next time we just had them on a Saturday night. Some of our biggest crowds have been in there with those bands.
That's
Carlos
amazing.
Jones and the Plus Band. I mean, we've had everybody from Hilltop Honey to the Forgotten Astronauts, to a U2 tribute band.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm forever mad at YouTube since they put that fucking album on my iPhone, and I
You can't get rid of that shit, man. You can't get rid of that shit.
I never even listened to it. I was like,
That
how the
was
fuck?
genius,
I've
though.
never downloaded this on my phone.
That
I
was
don't know.
genius.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty good.
That
It
was
fun.
genius on
I
their
wonder how
part.
much money they made off of that. I can't imagine much.
Yeah.
Oh no, I imagine it was a ton of money because they did that Project Red with it. Remember that's when Project Red came out, and U2 and Bono was a big part of Project Red, so he's making royalties out the ass on that.
Yeah, I guess.
But I really want to go see the Prince Project band. Prince is my favorite musician of all time. And if I ever got a man's face tattooed on me, it would be Prince. I love Prince.
they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. They just put on a unbelievable, great show. So much participation from the crowd, and it was good. We also had a meet. It was called Meet the Conference, and myself and Josh Manis, who owns,
Okay.
who
Oh,
owns-
yeah.
who
Top of the
owns-
world.
who owns Top of the World
Nice.
Entertainment. He kind of came up with the ideal, and they had a lot of people from the music industry there.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
they gave out some great prizes. A lot of people from the music industry, from people who had gold records to
They even had like mentors and
yeah,
stuff. down there, too. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. To Big Hef, who is one of Def Jam's PR or AR guys. Also had the guy who did the song Oochie Coochie, and he was from Cleveland. I know him by his real name, but his MC Brains, and he's actually in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They had a little display of him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah,
That's
he
cool.
was the first platinum rap artist from Cleveland. So
That's awesome.
so he was there.
Because I know Josh is pretty cool with I think Lazy Bone or Crazy.
Yeah, he is. They didn't make it. They couldn't make it to that, but we also had some producers from Lil Wayne, the Carter. They were there.
No shit.
It was just a great turnout. We were at capacity. It was
Josh is a fucking legend.
it was an unbelievable show. Josh is great.
Yeah.
Josh is great.
I mean, he really connected music history right there,
Yeah.
man. I mean, like
With
the
Ashley
Carter
Miller
is one of
especially,
the Carter is one of the landmarks in hip hop history. It really,
yeah.
I mean, 500 Degrees and everything really took Lil Wayne's career off, but the Carter was like the first hit solo, Go DJ, Manny Fresh on. I mean, and then you bring that into Little Ashtabula. That's amazing. I mean, Josh, the Modest brothers and Josh and Matt. I mean, they're both doing fantastic things, not just for the city of Ashtabula, for the city of Cleveland, but for music as a whole.
yeah.
You know,
we had because Josh has had some excuse me. Josh has had some health problems, and we had a benefit for Josh this past winter, and it was good. It was good. We had
good.
people performing. And
I heard
you guys talk about having Ren Scruggs.
Yeah, I just messaged Trey today. He said he's down.
I mean,
get him.
Yeah.
I gotta get a we gotta lock in a date, but yeah, he said he's.
And like January, that's the only show that we made. Well, we had a couple little ones, but we had him New Year's Day.
Yeah, was there
year.
for that.
Yeah. And it was he put on an unbelievable show. He put on a quality show. It's
Let me tell you,
it's unbelievable.
He's got a fucking stage presence. It seems so natural for him up there that like I don't know why he's not on like big ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he is on big ass stages actually because he's going.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Fat Joe was pushing his shit out, man. Like there was 2 years ago when I was on another podcast and we had them on. A day later, Fat Joe on his Instagram reel was shouting him out and stuff. I mean, that's Fat Joe.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. That's pretty dope.
That dude's a legend.
And so he was on there, and he had who was up there with him? Him and Max Payne.
It was Gunna.
Was Benny with
Gunna.
him? Huh? Was Benny with him at that?
No,
the New Year's Day show?
No, it was Ali was there.
Yeah, and it was C Gutter.
Yeah.
CJ. And C Gutter actually, on he's kind of bagged off of the music.
Yeah, that's what he said.
His son is the number one ranked.
The U.S.
I think he's what they call a straw weight. He's the number one ranked in the United States at his weight class.
Yes.
And on September 17th, it's going to be a fight at Mount Carmel Community Center. Hey, if you're looking at this, September 17th, the Gladiators Rise at Mount Carmel Community Center. Find some tickets, come. It's going to be a good time.
You talking about Mount Carmel here in Ashtabula?
Yeah, at Mount Carmel here in Ashtabula at the event center. It's going to be a lot of people from 4 or 5 states, people from Detroit, Columbus, Pennsylvania, New York. They're coming, and it's going to be a great.
How do I get tickets?
It's going to be a great amateur show. You can get tickets online. Christopher Morano You can come to me, Christian
Yeah.
Morel. You can contact me for tickets also.
Okay.
They vary in price, great prices for the kids' tickets. It's going to be a real good time. It's going to be a good time for Ashtabula.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's
the
fantastic.
17th. Why do I feel like that's a
September
date?
17th is a Sunday.
I don't think I have any. I don't think I have anything going on that day. If I don't, I'll go to that.
Oh,
for
we're
sure,
there.
for sure.
We
there.
expecting
Is
you to be there.
Wait, is it? No, that's
That's Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
September
I'm looking at my
11th is
calendar,
on.
right?
It's September 17th. It's a Saturday, but the show starts early. Show starts at 5 o'clock, so it'll
Okay.
be from about 5 to 9.
We're there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool. So,
Boxing's one of those sports, man. I feel people don't watch much of it anymore because MMA took over. But boxing is still one of those things, man. I mean, the pageantry and just the raw talent involved in becoming a boxer is insane. I mean, like I just recently got into it. Okay, like my parents, they're 60s and 70s year old, and they're always telling me about like Mike Tyson. Like when I was really young, they were like that's what we would watch, right? And so like I would watch like Conor McGregor or like that's my dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I never really like fuck with boxing because I was like it's so slow. You know what I mean? But then when COVID was around, my buddy Dave Clemens, he came over my house and it was the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight that night, and he was like, "We gotta get it."
Oh, that was a good fight.
And it was their first one, and I just remember Deontay Wilder coming out and he had on. The only thing I could compare it to is when Kanye wore that mask on the Yeezus tour,
Yeah.
and that's what Deontay Wilder came out with, and I was like, God damn, like it's like that, and they came out, and that was just a show.
oh yeah,
Like,
a lot of it is just a show. Like
but
the
it was
beginning is
crazy.
a show, yeah, for sure.
It was insane, and then Tyson Fury, just this fat British dude, ends up beating this dude's ass.
But everybody think he's fat and big. Tyson Fury can fight, man.
And then he sings "Country Roads Take Me Home," and the thing, Tim, the whole fucking arena starts singing it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is insane. This is it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I start watching Mike Tyson shit, right? I'm watching Mike Tyson talk on HBO and all this, and I just knew Mike Tyson as that dude that bit Evander Holyfield's ear. You know what I mean? I never really knew who he was.
Yeah.
And his story, man, like just his
It's wild.
like, but how he's a whole different way.
Yeah.
He's talking about like I can't be that guy anymore because I'll fucking kill someone. Like
I heard
it's
him talk about
crazy. Like
Yeah,
the
well-
respect level I have for boxing in the past 5 years has gone from like here to like here, and now
Well,
like a young kid like that's insane. That's amazing, man. Shout out to Christian and his son.
Did his boy get started at? Because you had Ashby the boxing for a while, didn't you?
I'm basically I'm more or less founded it,
Yeah.
and and other people are running it. I really never ran it. Did the
It's still
data?
operational.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's still
That's one on Main
operational.
Avenue, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I really didn't ever do the day-to-day operations. Someone else always did it. At the time that it started, I was financially able to help it get going.
Gotcha.
You just find ways to do little things to try to
Help out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's okay.
But did his boy get started there, Christians?
You know what? I'm not sure. He kind of trains them himself.
Yeah, he does. And he does a damn good job, obviously.
Yeah. But Christian's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Great dad. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And that's what it's all been. That's what it's about. Kids, being a good dad.
Yep.
What more can you ask for? And his son loved doing it, and he loved doing it with his son. So it's great. I mean, they travel, and a lot of his fights is on YouTube, so you can always see him on there. But yeah, it's great. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Like I said, it was Saturday.
Now, is he the only fight that night? or
No,
was there...
no. There's gonna be 15 fights. The amateur fights go pretty quick.
Oh, 17th. That's what
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
The amateur
Hell
fights,
yeah.
the amateur fights go pretty quick. They're only 3 rounds, either a minute or 2 minutes, depending on.
Oh, What time did you say? What time did you say?
I think it starts at 5.
Fuck, I won't be able to make it. My boys got football that day. He
Okay.
plays Lakeside.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I think
Battle of the buddies, Audie versus G.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're gonna be talking shit to each other. I know it.
Let me make sure the date of that, man. But I think it is the 17th. I should know.
I hope it's 18.
I should
like
know.
to go.
I should know. I thought it was on a Sunday, but I should know this date, man.
I hope it is on a Sunday.
So, Tim, while you're looking that up, my buddy Dave has told me about famous wings at Nave. Tell me about those. Now, if you can't tell, I'm a guy who looks like he knows wings.
What, you need Wi-Fi?
Evidently.
Let me see.
But this is Verizon. What the fuck is, excuse my language, what the fuck is going on with Verizon in Ashtabula, man?
Let me.
I've heard so many excuses.
No, you know what? There's no excuse.
There really is no
My
excuse.
background is the cell phone business.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how I really got. That's how
AirTouch. I mean, I sold AirTouch in Ashtabula. So, you know, I sold AirTouch. I had a company. You know, I grew. That's how I moved and was able to do all the things I was able to do because of cell phones.
So I'm not the only one having
No,
service in Verizon Ashtabula.
No, Verizon
I've heard so many
service.
stories.
Verizon service in Ashtabula right now is shit.
Oh, it's dog shit. I go on. When I go to work in Madison, I don't get service to like listen to my podcasts and shit in the morning from Lakeside High School to Kiwanis Park in Geneva.
Oh my God,
Nothing.
man. Yeah, it's terrible. It's. I mean, I never really thought about switching. You know, one time I had a one of those king Nextel phones.
Yeah.
Oh, the chirps.
Yeah, like you know, but then it didn't work, so I went back to AirTouch, which was AirTouch at the time. And like Verizon it's shit in the harbor right now. You know, all around here. It's terrible.
I would say about a week ago, I was at my shop and Willie actually stopped in my shop and he's complaining about his daughter's phone. He's like, I don't know what's going on. She can't make a phone call. She can't get on the internet. She can't do anything. And I'm like trying to troubleshoot his phone or her phone. And I look at my phone. I don't have any signal either. I'm like,
You have fucked up. Now it'll just drop entirely. You won't have any bars. You won't have LTE. You won't have nothing.
No,
It'll
I had
just be
0
blank.
bars.
You'll have nothing.
Anything.
Bro, I was delivering a truck last week to Meadville, Pennsylvania, and shit just dropped. I didn't know where the fuck I was going. I didn't know what I was doing. And I had to like pull over to this McDonald's in Albion and connect to their Wi-Fi and fucking load the map.
Yeah.
And then when the map's loaded, you know what I mean, then you're fine.
Yeah.
But it's such a... So I hit up one of our buddies who works... He's the general manager of the Ashtabula store at Verizon. I'm like, bro, what's going on, man? Like,
yeah, same thing.
And he's like, oh, dude, it's the 5G rollout. And I'm like, all right, well, that's not my fucking problem. I was like, if you're gonna charge me full price, I'm paying $285 a month for 2 phones and an iPad. I was like, you ain't charging me $100, you know what I mean? Like, so what's the fucking solution here?
No, I had the same problem. I was going to pick up my son out in Thompson.
Yeah.
That place I've never been to. And I had a map. You know, I had maps going to where I needed to go. Well, there were 2 turns to the left, and it tells me take it.
17.
Oh, damn. I'm not going to be able to make it. But there were 2 turns to the left, and it said, turn left on this road. Well, the first street didn't have a street sign, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe, it's got to be this one. I don't see another road, but it was only like another block down. So I turned left, and then my GPS tells me rerouting. And I'm like, rerouting? And it's like, I get all the way to the end of the road, and it hadn't rerouted me. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I turn back around, and then I get to the end of the street, and I see the next street was the street I needed. So I hop back on the road and take that street, and then it finally catches up to where I needed to go. But I was like, if I was in an emergency, I'd be fucked.
No,
I wouldn't know where the hell
It's been terrible.
And they don't give a fuck about us, bro.
It's been terrible.
No, I submitted a ticket, haven't heard anything.
You're not going to hear anything.
No.
They're going to tell you to get a network extended. You work for them. Oh, yeah, you work for Verizon, too.
Yeah, he did too, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I loved hustling those network extenders. That was shit right in my pocket, bro. And my ARD was shit. Hey, I got a network extender out today. And Scott would just, what, you got a network extender out? Goddamn right I did, baby.
Fucking thing.
Oh, my
You saw
God.
Tammy moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Tammy Cha.
Yep.
Yeah, good old Cha.
That one was something
She was
special.
ruthless, man.
I love
She didn't
it.
give a fuck. when I was a business manager, she used to fucking light people up. But it's so funny. I love Tammy too, but she did not understand the systems for shit. Like, if there was something that needed to be done, like she knew how to run a store and how to manage employees for the most part. But like when it came to the systems, she was clueless.
Now,
If she needed to process a sale, don't count on her.
now, do you know how I first met Tammy?
No.
Okay. Verizon was in a little trailer. I mean, it was AirTouch.
Okay.
It was G'd in and turned into AirTouch. They were in a little trailer, and we brought USA Cellular here.
Mm-hmm.
And so back then, like, if you told people when they were ready to upgrade, like, no, you can't get a new number. Yeah, I mean, you can't keep your number. You got to get a new number.
Awesome.
And so, we flip sales, and Tammy was always pissed at us. And I ran the stores here, and so I didn't flip them, but my guys always would be flipping sales, and Tammy would be like, Tim.
I swear there was a picture. I'm not going to disclose her age, but it was when she was younger, and she was stealing the cell phone. She's been on the cell phone for 20 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. That was in at the end of the '90s when I first got in.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was. We were the first agent around here, and then there was Intermessage.
Yeah, Intermessage. I want to say Intermessage used to be where I'm at. My shop is at right now, didn't it?
They were somewhere up in there, but we were uptown on Main Avenue in the same block that the boxing gym is in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another one down there where the bar is, but the other plaza that they're redoing now.
Which bar is that? Is that
where my bar is.
Oh, okay.
But the other plaza that they're redoing now.
Where Weston?
I had another store in there. So I had two stores here.
What's up with that other plaza, Weston? Where
you know what?
there's literally nothing in there. Like
they just extended the roof. I think they've been doing work on it slowly. Yeah.
West End. Isn't that where the one metal shows would take place, right? Like
yeah.
And then wasn't there the massage parlor there too?
Yeah.
Was that Osaka?
Osaka Gardens. I didn't want to come out and say it, but
don't start the massage store. No.
I'm gonna tell you what, that area used to be popping, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Caruso's, Balkan Bakery. I mean, there was the pharmacy right next to it.
Hoffman's, yeah.
And then there was a fucking liquor store there.
That was Nappy's state. It was a state liquor store.
Dude, Nappy had so much shit.
That's part of my club now.
Okay. Very
So we have the inn, and then we have the part that used to be the state liquor store. It's huge. If you've never been there, you really don't understand how big it is.
I need to check it out.
You talking about your spot?
Yeah.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
That's why when you said it was like the perfect place to have a band.
Yeah.
Like that whole section. You could put. Do you have like more? Do you have like a section where you got that small kitchen?
Yeah.
I think if you could put like an actual kitchen.
Well, you know what we had gotten all new equipment. We were going to expand the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when COVID came. So I have all new kitchen. I have basically $80,000 or $100,000 worth of brand new kitchen equipment.
Yeah.
That I never put in.
Man.
Yeah.
That would be a nice restaurant.
It's in storage.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's actually pretty elegant over there on the.
Oh yeah.
Where the tables and shit.
We've had other great events. We had what was it, a 20 or 30 year Ashtabula high school reunion there that had over 250 people.
Damn.
You know, I mean, they said it was the best reunion ever. And we do a lot of.
Where my reunion was?
Where?
Fucking Jules.
was.
Stop it.
I didn't.
It wasn't too bad. My 10-year, you didn't go? No, you didn't go.
No, you, Willie, and David called me that night, and you were like, I think it was Willie. He was like, "Yo, where you at?" And I was like, "I'm at home. What the fuck?" It's our class reunion, and then I just hear Mitch in the background, like screaming, like, dude. And then you told me, I think you or David were like, "It's at Jules Dance Hall, bro. Come out." I'm like, "The fuck." Jules Dance Hall. That doesn't match the demographic at all. You know what I mean?
Where'd you graduate from?
Lakeside.
That's what I said. I was like,
Yeah, it was
we hand me the growler, please.
it was an odd place to have a family reunion.
Might as well.
Or a family reunion.
Fucking Waffle House, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah, no, it was definitely an awkward place to have. But you know what? It wasn't a bad. That was actually my first time ever at Jules.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't even know if they're still open right now.
Yeah, they're still open.
Actually, no, they are, because I always hear about, like,
Fights?
they always say like fat white girls always get in fights.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do.
You-
They hit that boot scooting boogie, man. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You walk in there, you slide on the ground. It ain't because they just mopped. There's just chew spit all over there. Man. They got that Copenhagen. They got that Copenhagen, baby. I can't lie. I mean, I got Copenhagen with me right now, but I'm not a
Yeah.
hillbilly.
No, I guess Jules is still open. Corner bar too.
Yo, Corner Bar's where it's at, man.
So what DJs you got going on? I know you got FaZe there pretty regularly.
We have DJ FaZe, a godsend. I've known him all my life. My brother actually is the one who started him to DJing.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, most people don't know that, but my brother basically started him. Doc Rock, who was Mark Jones, who really doesn't DJ anymore, and Easy E, Ed Parker. My brother,
that's
yeah,
Tonio's dad, right?
yeah. My brother started all in DJing. My brother was jamming Jeff. He was like the main DJ here, you know, back when I was younger. But he got all them started. So, and Joe's excellent, man. He does DJ FaZe does a great job.
Oh yeah, he's been.
And you know, so we have DJ FaZe, we have DJ Coco Z, who's from Cleveland off the radio. She's a regular. We also have Big Squeeze, another DJ who's from Cleveland. DJ KC.
Oh yeah.
So DJ Coco Z is a female DJ. DJ KC is a female DJ.
She's actually figure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty damn good.
Good.
She was
Yeah.
at that Barley House this last weekend, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She's
Yeah.
good.
She DJs in Cleveland at the big clubs too. Yeah.
And you know, we might have.
But they do it weird in Cleveland, don't they? Like they'll have like 3 DJs in one night.
Yeah, sometimes. And we just had Tim don't have a brain.
Did you have a Ray Torado there?
Oh yeah.
DJ Latin Ray?
Yeah, Latin Ray. He doesn't DJ as much as he used to, but you know, we've had, you know, Latin Ray. He was there maybe a couple months ago. And if you come, they're up on our board and they go around. Pretty cool. But
Right around the booth?
no, up on our TVs that's up that shows the comedy.
Oh
events.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that. Yeah.
But you know, like our DJs are some pretty proven DJs. They know how to get it going, keep it going.
You know a lot of fucking people.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I met Donald Trump twice.
You
Did
met
you?
Donald.
Yeah,
What'd you think of him?
it was nice.
Nice guy?
First time I met him was at a boxing event. It was when it's gonna date me. It was when Evander Holyfield fought.
He said he's gonna
It's when Evander Holyfield fought Alex Stewart, and I met him in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Just run into him or what?
At his
How'd that
casino
happen?
up there. There was an event with the boxers. And
At his casino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I met him then, and then I was working at the World Series parade. We were wholesaling stuff. and I was by the World Trade Center, and he comes out of a back door.
Mm-hmm.
And
From his like.
he came out of one of the places out of the back door. He had a couple bodyguards with him, and he said, "What do you got? What do you got there?" And he said, "I know you from somewhere. I met you before." And he said,
That's crazy that I remember that.
Yeah, he said, "Give me a minute and I'll remember where I met you." And he said, it had something to do with boxing. I said, "Yeah, in Atlantic City. Alex Stewart and Evander Holyfield."
That's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And he said, "Well, and it was pennants that we were selling. You know, we had salespeople out. I was like handing them out to the salespeople."
Yeah.
And he said, "Give me a box of those," and told the guy to give me money for the box of them. And said, "Have a nice day."
That's impressive that he remembered that. Like, what was the time span between the two events?
Probably 6, 7 years.
Wow.
You know, either he's impressive or I'm a person that you remember after you meet.
Yeah.
You know,
I
they
mean,
always told me I got a distinctive voice. You know, like
you do actually.
I hear his voice.
Hell yeah! Every time I'm in the mall and I'm working on the phone, and you yell through the fucking mall, you say like, "Get to work" or some shit. I'm like, "That's Tim."
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. But you know a lot of fucking other people too. Like
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just you're well respected. Like everybody I ever know that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, like dead ass. Like anybody, like people don't fuck around at your place, man, because they respect you. Like because I mean, there've been a lot of other bars in the same spot you're at.
Yeah.
But it never usually goes as smooth. They usually don't even last as long as you've been there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's been a tough road. The thing about the bar business is somebody has to be like this all the time. No matter what's going on, you have to have a level. You have to have a level head. You know, because when the whole place go wild, if I go wild too,
yeah,
you know, it's like wild place. You know, so I mean, a lot of times, you know, there is I would like to think that being a father, and most of the people coming in there are younger people, and you know who, you know, always are looking for somebody to talk to them on a very grown up level, like how you doing, you know, or if you know they got kids, and I'm big on that. If I know you got kids, how your kids doing, you know, and just looking for little pings and you know.
You're a people person.
Yeah, grounds to talk to people. You know, a lot of, you know, people will say, "Oh man, I don't go there because of this." You know, you get that at any club. You know, the majority of people are there to have a good time, and that's what you're going to experience. You know, we go the extra step. You know, we have security.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't allow any weapons, any firearms in there. We try to be proactive. You know, we want everybody to come in there and experience and have a good time. You know, and I think that's what I think people know that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I never have any issues. Like whenever I go there, I've never like not felt safe or anything.
And the bar business is a tough business. You know, you put alcohol, you know, music, and you know, a bad economy or disgruntled people together. You know, people are like, ah.
Well, people usually only ever go to the bar for two reasons. Well, I would say two reasons are good.
They're happy or they're sad.
Yeah, they're either like going to fucking drink their pain away or they're going to celebrate.
Yeah.
So you have two fucking extremes that are clashing.
You know, everybody who works at a bar in some kind of way has some kind. They use psychology, and you have to,
man.
Yeah,
they are.
You know, it's just like being a salesperson.
Yeah.
You know, you have to adapt. You know, you have to you think on your feet. You know, everybody. You know, nobody gets treated the same. Everybody's great. Everybody's good, and you know, some people just have different issues than others. You know, overall, the customers that come there are great. You know, we've been very fortunate, you know, to have a great customer base. You know, like you said, our wings. People love our wings. You know, our wings are good, man.
They are good. They are good.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a guy who loves his wings. And like I said
Have you
earlier,
not had them, Tom?
I have not, but
Well, you guys are
Dave
open tonight,
tells
right?
me.
no.
You're not open tonight?
No, right now and because of summer, we've just been open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh.
In the wintertime, we'll be open Wednesday night too.
Okay.
But we're we're a bigger club, so
Yeah.
when we open, we need people to come, and so it just made more sense to focus on those days. Thursday night we have karaoke. It's the best karaoke that you ever want to go to. It's just,
And you got some amazing singers that work for you too.
yeah.
You do.
It's just on our small side. It's not on the big side. Once in a while we do have karaoke on the big stage, but our karaoke is unbelievable. It's a great time. It's from 8 to 12 and DJ Faze runs that. So
Yeah. That's just
That's awesome. I mean, like, so just hearing like about this and hearing about how there's such an eclectic mix of people that go in there and just people feeling safe and stuff. I mean, that, like Anthony said, he's always felt safe when he goes there. Like, I'll tell you right now, man, like, I mean, I've never been to Nave, but like I've gone to like Iroquois, I've gone to Brennan's, like, and it's crazy because every time I've gone into Brennan's, something's popped off.
not in Brennan's.
Oh, man. And like I stopped going, you know what I mean? Because like I'm not a very confrontational person.
Yeah.
Like I don't like confrontation. Like I want to drink a vodka Red Bull. I want to sit with my buddies, maybe smoke a cigarette when I'm done because drunk cigarettes don't count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and then I want to go home.
true.
You know what I mean? Like, and so just hearing that it's like a safer place, like, I mean, I might sound like a pussy or whatever,
Yeah.
but like my thing is, I don't want to get fucked up if I go somewhere.
And the thing is, anytime you have a nightclub and bars, sometimes you're going to have incidents, but it's not that you have them. It's kind of, you try to get through it or get by it real quick and, and just let everybody continue to have a good time.
I think the one thing that previous club owners in your same location I feel like they didn't do anything to be proactive, like you were saying, like security, like they just kind of like let it happen, like, okay, it happened, but they didn't do anything to prevent that from happening again.
Yeah.
What were the names of the club before that? Wasn't there one like
Thirsty
the Pink
Bird?
Flamingo?
Thirsty Bird.
Thirsty Bird. Okay.
And it was the Flamingo, which they called it the Bird at that time, and it was the rough bar back then.
Was it?
Yeah, that was a rough and tumble bar. I didn't even go there. I mean, I never. You know what? Me having a bar is so strange because I never was like a bar nightclub guy. So and I don't drink. I haven't drank anything in almost 30 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't drink. Huh?
That's dope. That's awesome.
It's actually I should probably not drink. I might quit after this one.
So like if everybody in the place is drunk, I'm not. So.
Well, it's interesting you say that because like, so my wife, she loves those like reality TV shows, right? And she loves this one show. It's called Bar Rescue with this John Taffer guy.
Oh yeah.
This is just this loud. I think the motherfucker's just loud to be loud. I mean, you know what I mean?
It's a show,
like,
man.
It's a show. But like the thing I've always noticed on those shows, the reason that those bars are like failing and the reason that like, shit pops off there is because the owner has no control not only over the bar, but no control over themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those owners are drinking, I was watching one episode, the owner goes into a bathroom and then he comes out going like this, like when he's done. I'm like, so obviously this dude just did some blow. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, you can't be doing that shit, man. Like you have a business, you respect your business, you respect your clientele, and you respect the money that you make. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what do you want to do? You want to make money, I imagine,
obviously,
right?
yeah.
But you're not going to make money by being irresponsible.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you have the acumen to be like, all right, yeah, fuck. I mean, I don't drink, so I'm not going to have this problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then turn it into profitability. You know,
Yeah,
like,
if you're drinking, it just hazes up. I mean,
Especially if you're drinking at the bar.
Oh,
at the
bar.
bar that you run.
I mean, you got people who do it.
Oh, I know there's some bar owners around here who do that shit.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you what. They are some pieces. There's some pieces of work.
There are some that can control it, though. You know what I mean? Like we know a dude who owns a bar. I've seen him drinking at the bar when we were there. You and I were there, but he ain't getting drunk. He's having a beer with one of his buddies, and he goes back to business as usual.
I can't tell. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Spas.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, spas.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. But yeah, spas is different.
Yeah. He's not.
No, he ain't.
Yeah,
He ain't like that.
It's more of an art to him.
Yeah,
But he'd
right.
rather fucking smoke a bowl or something.
Right. Just throw it out there.
Oh,
I mean, and just to be honest, we probably have. I feel very comfortable saying this. We probably have the best stock of liquor.
you got some high end shit there.
We probably have the best stock of liquor. I'm knowing the city, but probably the county, and maybe.
What's the top selling one?
Right now, the top selling.
If Dave is still going there, it's Tito's.
Yeah, if Dave goes there, it's Tito's.
Yeah, I mean, Tito's is a staple.
Yeah.
You know, and you have the
Patron.
the Tito's, the Crown, and you know, and then you have you know, the Jack Daniels, Jameson.
People still drink Jack and Jameson.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
But then,
Megan plows
then
to
you have
Plows.
I used to drink
then you
Jack
start going up the shelf, and where we have from Louis the 13th to
You got Louis?
yeah,
I gotta go.
the 25-year Crown to I even have the Samuel Adams beer. You know, like it'll cost you, but if you want it, I have it.
Did you get the Hershey's
Chocolate
Yuengling?
porter?
Did you fix that keg?
Huh?
Did you fix that keg?
No, man.
Man.
We're tearing the keg system out.
All of it?
Yeah, we're not
No
a
more
keg
keg?
bar.
So are seltzers popular at your bar?
We might not because you're looking like that now.
Are seltzers popular at your bar?
Yeah. We have seltzers, but like we have a huge selection of tequilas. Is huge right now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I mean, we have everything from Sincora to
1948.
to Rio. The Rio is the one of the top ones. The Don Julio Real.
Mm-hmm.
We have the 1941 and the 44.
You got Casamigos?
Yes, every Casamigo.
Hell yeah.
We have I mean, our selection of tequilas is. You might no, because we even have, like I said, we have the Sincora. We even have the black Sincora. You know what Sincora is? Sincora is the one that Michael Jordan and two other NBA owners, they own that. So we have from the top of the line from $200 a shot. We have that bottle down to $12 Blanco. You know.
Wait, did you say $200 a shot?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we were balling
What
when
the
Mitch got us the
fuck?
$400 bottle of tequila. But that ain't
$200 a
balling.
shot.
Yeah.
Like a little shot glass. $200.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a regular shot. Like if you get Louis is sold in half ounces.
How much is a half ounce of Louis gonna run me?
$150.
Well, that ain't bad.
Did you say that ain't bad?
That ain't bad.
It's gonna get you just as drunk.
But it's Louis the 13th, man.
And you'd be surprised. Some people, because they'll look on there and see we have Louis, some people come in just to try Louis. I always wanted to drink.
Just one shot.
I always wanted to taste
Just
Louis.
try it.
Yeah.
See if
That's
it's
the
really
thing.
worth it.
I always wanted to try it because
Yeah.
I heard it in a Lil Wayne song.
Yeah.
And I was like, he said swimming laps around a bottle of Louis the 13th. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to try this then. So I found it in a bar down in Pittsburgh, and it was awesome. It was great. It was
You tried it?
Dude, it was the smoothest shit I've ever had.
Yeah.
That's why I said 150 ain't bad.
Is it really that
Yeah.
good?
That's why I said 150 ain't bad.
I mean, we're good priced. We're good priced. We have bourbons. We have from Macallan 18, which is the top of the line. Well, Scotch. We have like I said, we we have one of the best, well-stocked bars. Period.
That's crazy.
Period.
Fuck.
We got to go down there one night. You, me, Dave, Willie. We got to get the group together and go.
Yeah. Period.
I go to Nave. Tom, you don't go to Nave.
No, I don't go to Nave, but now I would like to go. You're making me feel like I wouldn't belong or something, bro.
I just don't know why you're there. Not there. I go.
Why am I not there?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Maybe you guys need to come down there and do a show from there.
Bro, could we?
That would be cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't care.
I would love that shit.
Yeah.
Just get like a random person to come over. Hey, let's talk, man.
Yeah.
Like, or what if you did a show, right? Let's say you did one of like the showcase, and then we just like interview them after their little performance.
I wouldn't care how you did it.
Okay.
You could come in there and do the whole thing, the whole bar night, see what people are doing. I wouldn't care.
We're just gonna come in there with a microphone.
Yeah.
Tell us about your drink. Is that really? What you drinking then?
What are your hopes? What are your dreams? I get looked at like, fuck
To
you,
get
dude.
her.
2 more shots and I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Actually, it's funny. That was how I met my wife. No joke.
Was it?
No, like my best friend and his girlfriend introduced, because my best friend's girlfriend is my wife's best friend, and they introduced us, and everyone was like, "What are you doing here tonight?" And I'm like, "I need 3 more drinks. I'm about to meet her, man." And I swear to God, I was like, "I need like 3 more drinks. I'm gonna go talk to her." Been in love ever since. Love. And I'm talking like women don't even exist to me anymore, bro. Like that's the only one that exists. I'm telling you what.
Hey man, where's one of them things you fly at? Where's the drone?
Where's the drone?
Right in that room over there. I got about 10 of them.
All right, let's take a quick break so we can tell you about our sponsor who makes this whole show happen. Have you ever wanted to take your business to the next level with a professional promo video? Or do you have a wedding or an event coming up and you want to live stream it or capture it to show off to your family, friends, or colleagues? Well, let me tell you, Oquendo Productions is who you need to reach out to. Oquendo Productions is going to help you reach that next level. They don't just point a camera and make you a janky video. Oquendo Productions is going to learn and understand your goals to help create a solution through professional media. Whether you're looking for real estate and marketing videos, instructional videos to train your new employees, or you just want to capture a special event, Oquendo Productions has a solution for you. You can contact Oquendo Productions via email at oquendoproductions@gmail.com for a quote. Mention the promo code THECUT for a special discounted rate. Again, reach them at oquendoproductions@gmail.com or any of the links in the description below. Be sure to mention the promo code THECUT so you get that special discounted rate. Do not forget that. Now, let's get back to the show. So we've been talking a lot about business and stuff tonight. I've been loving what you're throwing at us, man, because like I feel like in this podcast we're learning, not just us, but audience is learning so much about the people behind the business, but also what it takes to run a business, what it takes. They're getting the human side of entrepreneurs, right? So kind of for the second half of the show, what we kind of like to do is we like to just shoot the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just going to throw a topic out there. Are you a sports fan?
Ooh.
Man, Cleveland Browns, man.
All right, so you're a Cleveland Browns fan.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to ask a hot button question right now.
What?
Do you like Deshaun Watson?
Hell yeah.
You don't care?
Look here. Let me, you know what? Man to man. I have probably had 500 massages in my life. And I've had to tell them, look here. I had a back operation.
Okay.
And I went and get a massage, and I've had to tell them, you know what? No, I'm going to tip you good. I don't need a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know the dynamics.
Yeah.
And any man who goes there knows the dynamics. Somebody knew that he had a bunch of money, and they started this bullshit. And they do it all the time with people now.
Yeah.
You know, they find out you got money, and then here goes, oh, something is wrong, or, you know, like, and then you have some shark-ass attorney who goes around to everyone and says, if you did this, I probably can get some money. I can probably get some money. And I mean, like, get serious, man. I mean, like,
These women knew what it was.
yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
the Browns would not have taken him. Jimmy Haslam is not a dumb person.
No, he's not.
I mean, he's a billionaire who owns Sheets and Pilot. I
Yeah.
mean, like, come on.
And Flying J.
You know, he's not going to.
He makes smart business.
Right, he's not going to go get a guy who's a fucking serial rapist.
No.
You know, I mean, like,
We aren't the Pittsburgh Steelers.
no.
We aren't the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys.
I mean, but he's not going to do that. They had investigators go down there, and in Texas, don't think for one moment if that guy hadn't did something where he could have been charged in Texas that they wouldn't have charged him.
Oh,
They would've.
absolutely.
So I mean, like, okay, he thought that he was doing the right thing just by getting massages and getting off. And it, you know, instead of, you know, man, it backfired on him.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the monster, you know.
So the reason I ask is because, like, I feel right now more than ever, for the past 3 years, there was all this hope with the Browns, right? It was all like, oh, fuck yeah, like, we're one player away. But then you go and you get that one player that you're away from. But people, like I said at the beginning of the show, people love to bitch, right? And now you get someone who might have what is perceived to be a character issue, and it's not good enough for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're cool with Kareem Hunt fucking punting a girl.
No. Because I watched the Kareem Hunt shit, and he didn't punt her. That was not a fucking.
No,
punt.
he did. But
That
what I'm
a
getting
shove.
at
That was a
said
goddamn shove.
He punted her.
Hell no. That was a.
what I'm getting at
shove
is
more
people
than
are fine with something like that, which wasn't that serious, but it still happened.
Yeah.
But something that wasn't even on camera, something that is alleged, you know, hey, we're gonna bitch.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
it fucking
you have the owner of like the New England Patriots get caught in a sting with his pants down.
It's human trafficking, Tim. There was human trafficking going on.
I
there.
mean,
what dog shit was that?
I mean, so, you know, like, people will get over it. I mean, Deshaun Watson's going to be a good player. He's going to be a great player for the Browns. And, you know, and the substitute that they have playing until he's able to play the 11th game, he's good. I mean, the Browns are going to do just fine. The Browns are going to be winners. The Browns, I'm a Browns fan. I'm not a fair weather fan. You know, I don't bitch because I don't like the left tackle. You know, they're going to lose. They have the wrong left tackle in there. You know, I'm a fan. I want them to win, so I cheer for them to win. You know, and I'm gonna go to some games this year. You know.
Fuck yeah.
You got season tickets?
No.
No. Not
Were you
this year,
pissed that we got rid of Baker?
No.
Did you like Baker?
Yeah.
So
But it is a business.
it's a business at the end of the day.
It is a business. And at the end of the day, if the product that I have in my business, I don't think that product is going to move correctly and get me to where I need to be, then I need to find another product to replace it. And, you know, I don't care how you cut it. And we can say, oh, you got to be loyal and do all this. This shit is a business. And it's a major business.
We know all about loyalty in Cleveland, man. I mean, LeBron made business decisions twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we were cool with it
you
the
know
second
what?
time.
One thing it would take me off a little bit about the whole Baker Mayfield situation was, number one, Baker Mayfield was hurt. The Browns knew he was hurt. He knew he was hurt, and his agent knew he was hurt. He could have told him, I'm not playing. I'm too hurt.
But that's not what he wanted to play.
Yeah, see, screw that. I had a shoulder operation. You know, so I know when my shoulder was at its worst, and anytime I moved, moved this part of my body, any part of my body, this shoulder, it was killing me. So they were giving him drugs. That's the only way he could have stayed out there. So you have to be mindful when you hear one of those guys talking about, I'm injured, I'm not playing. You know, people are, oh, you're being a wimp, you're being a pussy. No, you know, because, I mean, they're making their living from that.
And not only that, they got to live with that shit for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
One other hit, he could have been real fucked up.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, real fucked up.
It's kind of all their faults. It's his fault.
It's a collective.
It's the
and you know what?
Manager's fault. It's everybody's fault.
And then, you know, like, I think things would have been a lot different. Like, Baker did like to go to the media. He liked to talk. And you can't do that. You know, like, okay, you know, like you have to just be a willing participant and understand your position in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, you can talk. Now you go to Carolina talking pretty soon, you'll be blackballed. You hate to say that, but you will. They blackball people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we only hear about the people that we know that obviously have been blackballed.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of players that have been systematically removed, and nobody will take them.
Nobody will touch him anymore.
No.
I mean,
No.
Tim Tebow. No one's gonna fucking touch Tim Tebow anymore. You know, no. Obviously, Colin Kaepernick. Nobody touches him.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. One fucking wrong move down there. What a lot of people don't realize is Baker Mayfield's on that 5th-year option right now. He does not have a contract for next year.
Yeah.
If Baker keeps talking, what the fuck? It's the Tebow situation all over again. Why would you pay a dude to be your backup quarterback that's going to be nothing but a fucking disruption?
He has to go play. This Kareem Hunt. He didn't even play last year. Like, what are you doing? What, like, you need to go out and bust your ass this year.
That's what pissed me off about him demanding a trade.
And then talk about getting money or a new contract. But you didn't even play last year. Well, how do somebody know how you're going to come back? You know,
Precisely.
I mean, it's a business, and we want, as a fan, you know, I want to throw all the business decisions out the window. I want you to win, but as a business person, I understand it's a business.
At the end of the day, I mean,
it was a business. I had season tickets to the Cavs. You know, when LeBron left, my season tickets left. You know, it was business. You know, like I wanted to see LeBron.
I remember seeing at the parade.
Oh yeah, I take a picture of him up on the snapper at the parade.
Yeah,
I remember when you texted me at that parade and you were just sitting on that Cleveland logo. You were like,
Listen, I'm gonna tell a story about getting up on that stand. For one, I hate heights. And I didn't realize that until I got to the top. No, I knew it already, but I climbed up to the top. I didn't realize how tall that motherfucker was. It's like a good 30 feet, 40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I climbed up to I was at the top of that bitch. And I get up there, and it's like, literally the spot that I'm sitting on is probably no wider than my eyes. And it's made of metal, and it's hot, and I'm sweating, and like everything's just slippery. And I'm just sitting there holding on like, I shouldn't have gone up to this bitch. I shouldn't have.
You already look like you had a bad day.
I'm like, oh, I know, man. My face is fucked up. But I'm sitting up there. I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have climbed up this motherfucker. So I'm up there literally like this for 2 hours, and I'm like, they still hadn't rolled by yet. I'm like, fuck it. I got to get down eventually. I might as well do it now. And I feel my hands. I'm like, oh, they're so sweaty. I wipe them on my pants, like everything I can, because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go to climb down this bitch. My hands are gonna slip. Thank God there was like a whole bunch of people underneath, because I was like, they're gonna break my fall if I fall. But legit, I'm climbing down it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm hanging on so tight, like my fucking fingers are sliding. I can feel them on the metal. I'm like, oh, I'm going down this bitch. But yeah, that was
It was a good time.
No, it was a good time.
It was a good time. It was a good time. And you know, I had been to the games. Well, I lived in Michigan the last time that the Pistons won the NBA championship, and I had season tickets. You know,
when they beat the Lakers,
they beat the Lakers. The thing about that is I had season tickets, and I had 4 tickets. I was able to go. I took my partner with me, Gary. I took Gary and his dad with me too, who I was just on the phone with. That was Gary Hines.
I don't know if I know Gary.
Gary used to work for Verizon. You didn't know Gary? He was the manager of Mentor. Me and him, he left.
Gary Gore.
No, it was Gary Hines.
Gary Gore.
But we all, I remember Gary. Stop it,
Dad.
And
stop it.
So I was able to, you know, like basically be in 2 different cities, see 2 different championships be in one. But I was at the game because the Cavs won on the road.
Yeah.
But I was at the game when the Pistons won, you know, so.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, you saw 2 teams beat two historic teams. The Warriors that were historic, but then the fucking Lakers had Shaq, Kobe, Gary Payton,
it was crazy.
Karl Malone.
I tell you
Malone
this.
was washed, but
I tell you this, from my seat, all you could see, I would see Shaq either bounce the ball, and it looked like nobody was there. Ben Wallace was guarding him, and it looked like nobody was there. He would bounce the ball. If you're looking at him like this, it looked like he's bouncing the ball by himself and doing like this. On the other side, that if you reverse it, Ben Wallace is back there. Shaq is bouncing the ball and moving back, and every time he would go back, Ben Wallace would move in the air like boom, boom, and
it's
like what the hell? You know, you got two humongous guys going at it. But
Ben Wallace was fucking ripped.
I mean, there was you know, it was great. You know, the Pistons experience was great. At the time that the Pistons won, the Pistons owner had. After he won that, he had the NBA trophy. He had the Stanley Cup.
Because the Red Wings won.
No, he didn't own the Red Wings. He owned the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and he owned the WNBA team, and they won. So I got my picture with all three trophies, including the Stanley Cup.
So the Detroit Shock won that year too, right?
Yes.
Oh,
the Shock
fuck.
won.
Okay.
And he owned the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The people who own Little Caesars own the.
They own the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy that these people who own these teams, they just make such smart business moves where they're like, they got their hands in everything.
Oh yeah, well you know, like I mean, like they own Little Caesars.
Yeah.
They own the Tigers too.
I just wonder how Donald Trump doesn't own a professional sports team.
Because Donald Trump, one of his biggest problems is Donald Trump was blackballed, and he can never own an NFL team. You didn't know that, did you?
Well, I knew that he owned like an XFL and arena
team. He owns the New
team.
Jersey Generals.
Yeah, USFL. He owned a USFL team. Yeah.
And he had to sign an agreement that he could never own a NFL team.
Why?
That's fucking crazy.
Because there was a big lawsuit, and he said that that the NFL drove him out of business or did whatever, but inside the country, he can never own it. He can never own an NFL team. And then the other owners, they don't want somebody so disruptive. You know, you had Al Davis with the Oakland Raiders. You know, he was, you know.
Well, that's why people hate Shad Khan right now, the guy who owns the Jaguars, because he's disruptive. I mean, he's got his hands in AEW, that wrestling league that's rivaling the WF or whatever it's called now. I mean, like, people fucking hate Shad Khan, man, and I don't understand it. That dude's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius. Like,
well, I don't think so much that you know, if you get one of those teams, like they're looking at your finances.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They're looking at them. You know, they're seeing where the money's coming from. You know, I mean, like even when we got to bar the state, where's the money coming from? You know, you have to show people where money's coming from. You know, but they want to know. They're going to look at all this books because they don't want an ultra rich person to get one of the teams, and then it's just like, oh well, you know, like shady shit over here. Yeah, no. I mean, when you've got people like
man. So here's my thing: when you got people with that much fucking money, there's got to be a lot of things that they have done that are unethical. Like, I don't know how you get that rich and don't do things that are lightweight unethical. Like to some standard. Like somebody has to fucking lose for you to get that much money.
Somebody has to lose for you to win.
Hell yeah.
Winners and losers in every aspect of life.
Well, I mean, if you look at, I mean, just they had some movies out about the Fords, you know, or about the steel company, you know, not U.S. Steel, but over in Pittsburgh, Carnegie. They just had that movie out.
Oh, they own so much shit. They got a whole goddamn museum.
Oh yeah, the Fricks. Yeah, yeah. I happened to be in Puerto Rico with one of the great grandsons.
No
While I
shit.
was there with him, while I was there over there working with him, he got a 50 part of his inheritance was $50 million.
Jesus Christ.
His
That's
old-
what I'm saying. You know a lot of fucking.
Jesus, $50 million. Wish I had a fucking uncle.
That's crazy as fuck. 50 mil, like
I think he owns
inheritance. That's not even
yeah,
like he
no,
didn't even
no,
work
no,
for that
and,
shit.
no, and he worked. And this, I will tell you this guy worked.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm quite sure he could have still lived the same lifestyle without working. You know.
It was just like changed. It was like
Yeah, because they said his brother didn't work. And he did the same shit he did, but this guy worked. He owned one of the websites with the cars, maybe Hold'em. And his dad used to be the mayor, the governor of Arizona, Symington.
See, that's some crazy shit. Right, so these,
And his grandmother is a Frick. And the people who don't know, the Fricks are, you know,
Is it Dan Bilzerian?
Bizarrian.
Is that what you're talking about? Dan Bilzerian?
no,
No?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
He's got a lot of fucking money.
He's got a lot of money.
No, I'm talking about his last name is Symington,
Okay.
but his grandfather was Frick. So his grandfather was a partner in with the Carnegie Mellon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're Frick. So the Frick Museum in New York and all of that.
College.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, all right. So here's kind of just an idea that popped into my fucking head. So you see in a lot, like in government, you have a lot of politicians or their kids or whatever. They are part of these like boards or like they own these businesses
Yeah.
or whatever. So I'm curious, like I said, I just thought about it. Like if I was a business owner and I was making a whole bunch of money and there was a politician who was swaying things or moving legislation in a way that was not beneficial to me, what would I do? I would run for office.
Are you gonna run for office? Or you going? Most
Or I'm
people
gonna pay him off.
No, most people don't run for office. What they do is they get somebody who pushes their agenda forward.
And
because
pay-
because
and pay-
they don't
right, that's what I'm saying when I say pay him off.
they don't want to be in the front. They don't want to be in the front. Very rarely do you find one who wants to be in the front.
Right.
They want to be pushing the buttons from the back.
Yeah.
Do you have a restaurant?
Yeah. Yep. If you go right up the stairs to the right through the gate, once you go through the gates, I'm the first door on the left. Here, let me mute you real quick so we don't have to listen to you take a piss. All right, there you go.
Yeah, you were talking about people got to lose to win. I mean, the biggest fucking example of losing or people losing so you can win is Jordan Belfort, man. They made a whole ass movie about him. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that dude was a fucking cocksucker. But think about something though. Really think about this, because my dad put it to me this way. Was he really wrong? He was just doing doing what he perceived was okay. He hurt people, but at the same time, those people put themselves in positions to be hurt. They never proactively tried to fix anything until the government got involved.
I think that's a touchy subject because like I could see if he was wrong if like he made these deals on behalf of the client without the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like to me, that whole like white collar crime type shit is very. You notice a lot of them don't even get a lot of time for these white collar crimes.
They don't get any time, bro. They go to what they do at the end of Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort said it best. Jordan Belfort said, "Oh fuck, I'm going to prison." But then I remembered I'm rich, so he fucking played tennis and chilled out all day at this fucking prison, and nothing happened to him. The only time I've ever seen a dude go to fucking prison that was rich was T.I. and Lil Wayne.
Have you seen any? Have you watched any interviews of Jordan Belfort?
Yeah.
Since like he's been out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
And some of it's pretty crazy. Like he talks about a lot of the shit that he used to do, and like I agree with you. Like some of the shit's like pretty sketch, but it's like borderline sketch, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like white collar crimes are interesting, and especially
Very interesting.
especially because the time served on a lot of these white collar crimes is like minimal. Like you're getting like 6 months. Dude, you know how many times I thought about like if I could fucking do some like dumb white.
The dog bit me.
He bit you? I'm surprised he didn't hump your leg.
He didn't bite me.
It's crazy though. Like you said, some of the shit they hardly get fucking time served, man. 6 months. 6 months for defrauding millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like I know people that have gone to fucking jail over fucking stupid shit. Stupid shit. They got caught with a fucking ounce back when we were like high school age. Got caught with an ounce of weed. They go to fucking like they get in bigger
8
trouble.
months, 10 months,
Yeah.
14 months, yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude? Like
yeah,
it was weed.
crimes are
And I don't smoke weed, but I'm just saying, like, ain't nothing wrong with weed. Like, helps people out. Fuck. You're in
No.
trouble for that? Get the fuck out of here.
you know how tempting it is, especially knowing how they don't punish white collar crimes, like to just like go do some dumb defrauding shit or like to fraud
Don't
somebody.
implicate yourself, bro.
I'm not. No, trust me, I'm not. If I would have a way nicer house, way nicer.
No, I'm
car.
saying don't implicate yourself in the future. Like 10 years from now, we're watching the fucking Cut podcast. Anthony Oquendo said he might do this.
No, I thought about it, and I don't think a guilty thought. You need there's mens reis and there's some other shit, but mens rea is fucking the mental thought of it, and then you need.
What'd you say?
It's a legal term, bro. It's you got actus reus or some shit like that would be the
Did
other
you say
part.
menstruation?
Mens rea,
Oh, okay.
which is a guilty thought or the thought of a guilty act, and then you have actus reus, which is acting out that. But to have a guilty thought, you're not guilty of anything.
No.
But to see these motherfuckers get like 8 months, 10 months for a fucking fraud crime, and they're making millions of fucking dollars, especially like the way to do it would be to, which a lot of them do, send their monny offshore where the government can't touch it.
See, any
Or
type of
bury
crime
it in your
seems too
fucking
involved
backyard
in me.
somewhere.
That just seems too involved to me, man. Like,
No, it's too sketchy, if you ask me.
You know,
I'm a fucking pussy. I'm
a bitch
afraid of
too,
getting
that's why I
yelled
don't
at.
do it.
You know
I'm afraid of getting yelled at for anything.
and here it goes. And I always tell people this, even people who do illegal stuff. I always tell them, I've seen people make a lot of money, and I personally know people who've made and make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen one make as much money illegally as I've seen people make legally. I haven't.
But I think
People who I know personally.
I think the enticing part is it's a lot easier to make money, a lot of money illegally, whether you don't make as much as the people who make it legally, but your percentages, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
but-
time you're going to
yeah,
get caught
but-
before
but-
you even get them.
But who wants to? My freedom means a lot to me, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's
But
just.
here's my
And then
thing,
when I
too.
was younger, I would risk my freedom over some bullshit. But
But
no, not now. No.
Yeah, well, here's my thing too. Like my freedom means a lot, but also providing for people I care about means a lot too.
You're a smart guy.
I know I am. That's why I'm not doing no illegal shit. But I'm saying like it's the thought is obviously there. I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people, because if you can make a lot of money and provide for everybody that you care for in some type of way that are going to actually appreciate it and not take advantage of it, obviously you don't want to provide for people who are going to take advantage of you. But like, if you can provide for people who you actually care for and leave them set for even their lifetime and give them an opportunity to maybe use that money to build something better for themselves, it's tempting. If I'm going to get a year in prison or some shit like that, like it's tempting to be like, all right, I'm going to be gone for a year, but you're going to be set for life. That's like Aaron Hernandez. When he killed himself, his daughter's set for the rest of her life. Like, I mean, obviously he's not going to be here, but fucking shit.
You said,
I mean,
Aaron,
arguably he wasn't there when she was born. I mean, think
But
about it,
she
that
is
dude
set
was not there.
No, he was not there mentally. Yeah,
That dude was fucked up. Dude, I watched that documentary.
I did too.
Bro, that shit was fucked up.
Yeah, but
I mean,
she is set. I mean, he played that strategically, as far as like the contract goes, he played that shit smart as fuck.
Oh fuck yeah! Aaron Hernandez wasn't a fucking idiot. Aaron Hernandez, like financially, Aaron Hernandez was just a fucking idiot. Like
he was missing.
who the fuck shoots someone because they disrespected him in the club?
Somebody adjusted a screw.
Calibrated.
No.
I think it was all those concussions, man. Like honestly.
But what about here? Do you remember Ray Caruth?
Yes. Yeah, I remember Ray Caruth.
Who shot the girl who was pregnant?
Mm-hmm. Played for the Panthers.
Yeah. Yep.
Played for the Panthers.
Yep.
His son
Receiver.
just fucking graduated high school, man.
Yeah.
So my son's a special needs kid, and when I like seeing stuff about special needs children succeeding. I don't mean to sound like a bitch here, man, but like whenever I see a story or a video, I fucking get tears in my eyes, man. Like that kid did it.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up though? It really sucks for the kid. He looks just like his fucking dad.
He does.
And it's
exactly like him.
It's a spitting image. It's fucked up, dude. Like if you put them side by side, you wouldn't tell who's Ray Caruth and who's the kid. And that's what sucks. Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a part of the kid's life too, but the grandma won't let it happen. Which good on the grandma.
He's out now.
That dude had. You want to talk about Aaron Hernandez?
He had everything.
Look at that story. He was a fucking tell me, like break
Ray
it down.
dog.
Ray Caruth.
What did he do? He shot somebody? I mean, that's
His
what
wife.
He shot his wife.
Or was it his
Girlfriend.
His girlfriend. She was pregnant, like 7-8 months pregnant.
With him, with the son.
Yeah.
And he's been in jail for how long?
He went.
18 years?
He went for 15, 14, 15.
Did she die?
Oh yeah.
No. Did she die?
She was dead on scene. That's why
But
the
they
grandma
saved the
had to
baby?
raise her. Had to raise him.
Yeah, you're right.
Grandma had to raise him because the mom died.
But the baby
lived. Baby lived, and because
Or
of
is he out? No, he's not out, is he?
No, Rick Ruth's out.
Okay.
Rick Ruth got out like last year or the year before.
Okay.
And they shot in the stomach, thinking it was going to kill the kid. And
was that his intention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Ray Ruth was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or is, excuse me, because he's not dead. He is a piece of shit.
But you want to look him up so bad. Look
I
at
kind of do. I'm like, damn.
But football-wise, man, the dude was a dog.
Yeah.
I think University of Colorado, when Colorado was putting out all those players, I think he played for Colorado.
I can't remember it.
Because I think he played with that running back that was really good. I don't remember. It wasn't Eric Bieniemy. It was the other one. It was the other running back. It was some wild. No, Keanu Carter, I think is who it was.
Okay.
No, that was Penn State. I'm wrong. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up on it. I like college football more than I like NFL. I like college ball way more. But we really got off on a tangent about people being fucked up.
It's because there's a lot of fucked up people
there.
But a lot of that's so you were talking about the concussions. So that's one thing. My son plays football now. I get nervous about that shit.
I would too.
What is it called?
CTE.
Yeah.
Well, they got those helmets now, man. They have like the shit they put on the helmets now, like the.
Yeah, but they only do that in the NFL for one. Like,
they're
not doing that in fucking midget league.
Right.
Yeah.
But my son's had one concussion because he went to catch a pop-up ball of baseball and it smacked him right in the fucking face. So he's already got one concussion for that.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. That's fucked up. I'm so sorry.
I mean his shit was whoa. Like he didn't even play the rest of the game.
Sorry, G.
But yeah, I don't know. Like that shit's kind of scary. Cause I think you were right. Like Aaron Hernandez, you said all those concussions. I don't know if necessarily that was his issue, but
and he was a closeted homosexual. I mean, nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying that was the internal battle of being
but
closeted.
he was doing shit in high school.
He was.
But he was just like
he was already
people who just want to be like
he felt he got caught up in the music
in the wrong crowd.
Yeah, in the wrong crowd of the music, and I mean he was doing that shit in high school.
He hated his fucking dad because his dad was so tough on him. But in that documentary, they say his dad was tough on him because his dad was just a tough motherfucker. And I think, honestly, like my dad was tough.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking happy my dad was tough because guess what? I make smart fucking decisions.
Yeah.
I don't hate my dad. I hated him at the time.
How was it growing up for you? Like, I mean, like, were your parents?
Man, my dad was got a congressional gold medal.
So he's in the military?
Yeah, my dad was one of the first black Marines That's what he got a Congressional Gold Medal for.
Oh, shit.
My dad he went into the Marines in 1942.
So he was in World War II?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, and he never did quit getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
How long was he in?
Huh?
How long was he in?
He was just in there for three years. And
What was his medal for? Like, what did he do?
well, it was tough back then, you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure. Like,
yeah, you know, the Marines were the last part of the military that was segregated. So the Marines were the you know, the Marines were like the elite back then. Like,
still are.
yeah, still, oh yeah, he was a Marine. So in 1942, President Roosevelt signed a bill making them segregate the Marines.
So there was a bill to like separate.
Yeah, you know, like now they do them things and they show them on TV, you know.
Yeah.
Well, executive order.
Okay. Yeah.
So he basically forced them to segregate the Marines. Well, at the time, you know, everybody knew, and it was during the draft. It was during World War II. So nobody, you know, if you was a black guy, you didn't want to go into the fucking Marines. I mean, so, you know, so basically, my dad went to go report and show his number for the draft card, and my dad said basically they took me. The Marines took him. Didn't let him go. Didn't let him go home. Didn't let him do nothing. Said they took him.
Wow. So pretty much kidnapped.
Yeah.
So here's all right. So this is
and so.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
And so basically, he said they took him and they stopped about 4 or 5 more places and picked up more people. And when they made it to wherever the jarheads go, no, where Camp Lejeune.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so but they had a different part that they put them in.
For the draft?
No,
or what?
No, they were black.
Oh, because they were segregated. Yeah.
So they put them in what's called, they went to the part called Mumford Point.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, because there was a, when I was, my last unit I was with before I got out, the sergeant major of that unit, he was, that wasn't dismantled not too long ago, because I'm almost positive he was a Mumford Point Marine.
Yeah.
Or his dad was.
His dad probably was.
Yeah.
Because, and they ended up giving them all Congressional Gold Medals, which my dad has. When you can look up my dad is you can look him up and get like a quick hit with pictures and everything comes up.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, you can Google him. Yeah. And he, yeah. And he never, you know, and he never talked about it, you know. So we were all adults when we found out that he actually was a Mumford Point Marine. He didn't talk about it. He left out of there injured. You know, and at the time, if you could walk, you know, you wasn't getting no disability from the military, especially if you were a black guy.
Even now, if you didn't go to medical for it, while you were in, and so there's one thing that I think should be addressed in the military is like, if you have any kind of issue, go to fucking medical for it, because when you get out, if that same issue bothers you,
if you don't go, you're well. My dad left out with braces on. He had braces,
and they still didn't give him this.
No. It was, and you know, he eventually got it, but when he got it, he was in his 80s. I mean, like
Did they back pay him?
No.
Serious?
No. And he had filed for it in the 60s. He had filed for it
when he was in the 60s.
No, or in the 60s he had even filed for it in the 60s, and they denied it because back then they you know, you wasn't, you know, they weren't nice and kind.
No.
You know, and my dad, he you know, he hated a VA hospital, you know, because they were ruthless to him. They were mean.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a different time. It was a different time. And so, you know, so I can't remember exactly the year that he got it, but yeah, he got a Congressional Gold Medal.
That's cool. That's
That's dope.
that's history.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's
Yeah.
actually that's very interesting too. Like
Mm-hmm.
just because it was only one generation before you.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah,
Basically.
it wasn't that long
Yeah.
ago. When you
Yeah.
look at it like that.
When you
Because
look when you look at it like you know.
So
like
it's 2 generations before me because I'm the same age as a lot of your kids. Like
my dad passed away last January, so in 20. In January of 20.
wow. So
So I mean,
yeah.
you know, and he was in January of 20. He was born in 22 or 23. You know, I mean, he was you know, he was almost 100.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was almost 100. He was knocking on that door. He was,
Man lived a life.
yeah, he was knocking on the door of 100.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Especially to live through what he went through. You know, war,
Yeah.
all that.
And,
To get to that age,
you know
that's
what?
crazy.
And whatever, everything that he went through in there, he never bitched, he never complained, and you know, and he was a Marine. He you know, he's whatever. No matter whatever happened, you know, whatever happened with the segregation and the you know the racial hostility back then, he still was a Marine, and he always was a Marine, and you know, and he carried that, and you know, until he passed, he always was a Marine, you know.
Once a Marine, always a
Yeah,
Marine.
and he was proud of that.
Yeah.
So.
That's to your dad, man.
Yeah.
What did he get out as? Like a E3, E4?
I can't
You don't know?
remember. No,
No.
but we have pictures of him in the military.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool shit.
Yeah.
I kind of wish my son was old enough to remember me.
Yeah. Go back.
Dude, they're not gonna take me. I'm old as fuck. My knees will give out. I'm good. Like I wouldn't have to go to boot camp again, no matter where I go. But like my knees are not gonna make it through the fucking physical exam. I tell you that. Shit. Like my wife told me the other day, we were at the state or the county fair, and you know they got the military recruiters over there. Like they got the Marines doing the pull ups. She's like, go over there, show them how it's done. She's like, maybe they'll want you back. I'm like. Once they hear how old I am, then I mean, I feel young for the most part.
You get that waiver signed.
I don't know. Like they're pretty goddamn strict. Like I remember being in. Well, this was back in 2012, 2011. But like 28-year-olds don't even think about it unless you want to go to the Navy. You go to the Navy. I could probably go to the Navy now, my age. Like, nah, the Marine Corps does not, like you said, elite. They want the elite. They want the youngest, healthiest motherfuckers on their team.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I mean, they're first in, last to leave. So I completely get it. Like Afghanistan, Joe Biden, when we left Afghanistan, who was the last people to leave?
Yeah.
The Marines. Who was the first ones in Afghanistan? Marines. Elite. That's what we were.
Why do you say
That
war like
was-
it's past tense?
Wow, I am not elite no more.
You're still an elite person, Ian.
Well, I try on other aspects.
You're elite.
But shit, yeah, man. I mean, we're about an hour and
We're an hour and 45
45 minutes in.
That's generally how long we run, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
that one time with Sal was an
Jesus
exception.
Christ.
We went a 4 hours
Oh,
interview with Sal,
Christ.
but I was lit by the end of it. Let me tell you what, we were drinking some. We were drinking some. What were we even drinking? I don't even remember what the. fuck
Remy
we had.
Martin.
Remy. Yeah.
We were drinking Remy Martin. We drank beers.
Everything.
We had shots.
yeah, we were drinking everything.
We ate some hot sauce. You and I went through like a can of chew, like together. It was pretty nuts.
I don't think I did any chew on that podcast.
We didn't do chew on that podcast.
I didn't anyway.
This is the first one I did. Wow, I didn't even notice. But yeah, you wanna start that bitch up over there? We got a new toy, guys.
What do we
A
got?
new toy.
What do we got?
What you got?
Oh yeah,
fuck you
we'll
just
do that
bought?
shit later. Dude.
Okay.
We'll do that shit later.
Well, all right, we're not gonna do that. So
yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna. Well, I guess we'll end it here, man. Tim, it was definitely a pleasure to have you on here. And I told you I didn't know what we were gonna talk about. I told you we're just gonna shoot the shit. talk a little bit about business. You got anything to say to the people, or
Yeah, talk to the people before you
you
leave,
got
Tim.
anything? Any advice? Any words of wisdom? I know you got some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Look at those gray hairs on that beard. You got some wisdom to share, Tim.
I'm ashamed of this beard. No, it's just you know, life is short. You know, you have to love who you love and let them know it. You know, don't get so caught up in politics and what you have and don't have. Don't get caught up in that and let not being happy. You know, not being happy. Don't let not being happy get in the way of just whatever's going on in the world. You got to be happy. You got to be happy with the people you love, and life goes on. Life is short. Life is precious. You
So
know.
what you're saying is the things that you think are important, as far as like your career,
I mean, all that's great.
it's
but
important, but like what you're really gonna miss is the people
I mean,
around you.
you know what?
The things that you love, the people you love.
Trying to be successful is great. You know, working hard is great. But you know, like just but also being loved is great.
Yeah.
You know, like spending time with your kids is great. Watching your kids grow up, and because it's so precious. You know, life is so short. We know it now more than we know it ever. You know, just so many people died with COVID. You know, you have the drugs. People are just falling off, man. It's just like everybody knows somebody who they really knew who just has got swept away in like this. So, you know, my thing is just like, I got grandkids. You know?
God damn.
You know, and like
You got grown grandkids. You're about to be a great grandfather. Give it a little bit more time.
Like if they call me, I'm coming. You know, like and it don't matter what I'm doing. You know, because of the unconditional love that I grew up with. You know, people kind of toss that aside right now. Everybody at this rat race and trying to get something. You know, you're trying to get something that's already there, because at the end of the day, and people who Mike Tyson said this. He said, people who don't have money think that money will make them happy.
Mm.
And you'll think that until you get it. But when you get it, you'll find out that it won't. That you can't buy happiness. And some people argue that and say, you know, they'll make little statements, but you can't. You can't buy happiness.
You know what buys happiness? Time.
Yes. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I didn't really realize that until, so you know, I got Tyler at my shop.
Yeah.
And he holds that shit down.
Yeah.
Like, but he allows me the time, me paying him. I pay him physical money,
Yeah.
actual dollars, for me to have time back in my life.
Yeah.
And that time allows me to go to my son's games.
It means the
do
world
shit
to
like
you.
this. Sit with people like you.
It means the world
like,
to you.
This, to me, this is. He needs a raise.
Yeah.
He will get it.
And you know what? And you know, and I don't know where your audience is, but you know, maybe a lot is in Ashtabula. But like, I love Ashtabula. A lot of people be, oh, Ashtabula, like, and I'm like, you know what? Have you lived anywhere else? If you go anywhere else, you're gonna run into the same
shit.
You're gonna run into the same things. So you know, you just have to remember, wherever you go, you take you with you. So you can make the changes here that you need to make to be successful. You know, there's a ton of people here that's successful, and they live great lives, and they travel. You know, I think Ashtabula has made a 360. You know, just some exciting things. I go down over by the Goodwill, and I see them putting a new hotel in. You know, and the houses that they just built on Walnut. You know, the things that's going on Bridge Street. it's more building is going on here than has went on in my lifetime. And I think that's real exciting. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that the one plant is still on. Don't know what's going to happen with that. But even if that plant don't come, I think that we're
still going to grow.
We're going to grow. We've set ourselves at a pace, and people have a chance here to be successful and do things from the ground up. The first business I started was here. I took a convenience store and we broke it in half, and I put a cell phone store there, and from there, it just went. So, dreams are still reachable. Just you got to work hard and talk to people,
Absolute truth.
Yeah.
Man.
That was some profound ass shit.
Yeah.
I said it before.
Damn.
I lived, like you said, have you lived somewhere else? I have lived somewhere else. And you know what? Coming back here made me really appreciate what the fuck, because I used to say the same thing. Trash Beulah, this shit don't have nothing to offer. Then I move away. I'm gone for almost 7 years. I come back and look at me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Ashtabula, you make the best of what the fuck you have.
Yeah.
And if you don't appreciate it now, go somewhere else, come back, you'll really fucking appreciate
I tell people that all the time about Ashtabula. I'm like, I mean, it's you move to Lake County, you pay higher sales tax, higher property tax, and the traffic is worse. I worked in Twinsburg when I worked in Twinsburg. And I worked in Twinsburg. I worked in
Twinsburg's pretty big.
I worked in Mayfield. And I mean, I got up and I drove there every day. I didn't, my schedule was pretty kind of lenient, but I had to go there every day, and I drove there from here. I made good money, but it was. I don't think living up there I would relax as good as I relax here. Yeah. Even though people say, Ashtabula is terrible. No, it's not. No, it's a great place. And anywhere you go, if you're doing things that's terrible, then you're going to get what comes with the terrible stuff.
Yes, you are.
So
push it in,
like somebody told me they came over my house the other day, which is right around the corner, and they was like, man, it's just like being somewhere else down here. I'm like, I love it down here. I love the lake. I stay by the lake. I love it. Somebody knocked on my door and offered to buy my house, and I thought about it for a couple seconds. I said, nah. Offered me more than double what I paid for my house.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, where would I move? What would I do? Where would I go? Like, that money sound great. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to sell my house.
Wow. Hey, man, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for providing a place in Ashtabula that people can go to without fear of shit popping off. Like I told you earlier, like I go to Brennan's and I'm like, fuck, something pop off. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to check Nave out. I mean, I'm really excited to go there. I was super pumped to meet you tonight. I'm glad that you came on. You said some profound shit throughout the show, but at the end, I'm like, God damn, I gotta go home and hug my kid, man. So this was episode 6 of The Cut tonight. Tim Moore, owner of Nave, a man about town, a man who believes in Ashtabula. And next week, we have episode 7 coming with Ryan Sposito of Cloven Hoof. Right now on our Facebook, you can check out the episode that we have Kicking It with Kraus, where we sat down with golf professional Josh Kraus. I mean, there was a lot of golf talk in there, but I mean, even if you don't fuck with golf,
that dropped today. That dropped today, Tom. We're gonna be a week behind.
Yeah, well, it dropped. So
watch all our shit.
Watch all our shit.
Just go through the catalog.
So again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'm Tom Roth. That is my co-host, Anthony Oquendo. And once again, that is Tim Moore.
Don't forget, September 17th, Ride, Mount Carmel Community Center. Go down there and support it. We're bringing some boxing back to Ashtabula.
Thank you so much, Tim. Have a great night, guys.
Good night.